Okay.
Good morning and welcome to Godly Play. I'm so glad that we can come together in this new way during the time when we're sheltering in place. And the first thing that we do when we come together like this is we greet one another. God be with you.
And also with you.
And then we look over to see what time is it, remembering that the church uses colors to tell time. And as I look over to the wall, I can see that we are still in the time, the green and growing time. And that's a time for us to think about the ways that we grow. It's not always just growing on the outside. As some of you children will, you'll grow taller and taller. A lot of us grow on the inside. And so that's what this green time is all about. And so now it's time to get ready for the story this morning. And it's another gold box. It's right here. And one thing I should show you about these gold boxes, that there is a little dot of color on the outside of the box. So that color matches something inside the box. So if you ever, when we're back in this room, want to find a parable to work with it, to play with it, all you'll have to do is look at that color and you'll know the parable that's inside the box. And this color here is a dark brown. Now, we remember that gold is valuable, but parables are worth more than gold. And whoever made this box tried to make it look old, so that we would always remember that parables are older than our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents. They are over 2,000 years old. And the box looks like a present, something that we were given before we were born. And even if you don't know what a parable is, it still belongs to you. And the parable has a lid. We have to be ready when we come up to a parable. They're easy to break. So imagine the lid is like a door. Sometimes that door will open to us because we're ready, and sometimes the door stays closed. I'm going to look inside this box and see what there is that's going to help us get ready to listen to this story. I wonder, what could this be that's so brown? What could it be? It feels scratchy too. I'm going to spread this out on the floor. It's kind of like the color of chocolate. I wonder what you imagine it could be. Let's see what else there is. I wonder what this is. I'm going to put it right here, across. So it divides it into two pieces now. I wonder what this is. Could be a river. Let's see what else. Oh. This is Jerusalem. And this is Jericho. So this is the road from Jerusalem to Jericho. Let's see what else we have to get ready. These are like shadows in my hand. So we have everything that we need for this story, so I'll just begin. There was once someone who said such wonderful things and did such amazing things that people followed him. And when they followed him, they heard him speaking about many things. And they would ask him questions. Once someone asked him, "What is the most important thing in life?" And he answered, "You already know." And the man said, "Yes, I do. It's to love God with all my heart and with all my soul and with all my strength, and to love my neighbor as myself. But who is my neighbor?" And the person he asked told him this story. There was once a traveler from Jerusalem who was on the road to Jericho. And he came to a place where two robbers were in hiding. And they came out and they hurt the traveler. They took everything from him and they left him by the side of the road, half dead. Sometime later, a great priest from the temple in Jerusalem came down the same road. And he came to the place where the traveler lay, the one who'd been hurt, had everything taken from him, lying there half dead. The priest went to the other side of the road and passed on by. The next person to come down that road from Jerusalem to Jericho was a Levite, someone who helped the priest in the temple with worship. And he came to the place where the traveler who was hurt, had everything taken from him, was lying by the side of the road, half dead. He went to the other side of the road and passed on by. The next person to come down the road from Jerusalem to Jericho was not from Jerusalem. He came from a place called Samaria. He was a Samaritan. The people of Samaria did not like the people of Jerusalem, and the people of Jerusalem did not like Samaritans. He was visiting, and he came down the road on his way to Jericho. And he came to the place where the man from Jerusalem who'd been hurt had everything taken from him and was lying there half dead. And the Samaritan's heart was moved with compassion. And he went to the traveler. And he treated his wounds. The stranger took off his coat and wrapped it around the traveler. He lifted him up and put him on his donkey. And he took him all the way to Jericho, to an inn. He stayed the whole night with him. And in the morning, he spoke to the innkeeper. He gave him money and said to take care of the man from Jerusalem until he was well. So I wonder, As we think about the people in this story, we have the robbers, and the priest, and the Levite, and the Samaritan. Which of these was a neighbor to the traveler? Was it the robbers, the priest, the Levite? Yes, it was the Samaritan, the stranger. But let's think about this story in a different way. Imagine if the robber, one of the robbers, was lying by the side of the road, hurt, everything taken from him, half dead. I wonder if any of these people would be a neighbor to him. I wonder if the other robber might help him. I wonder if the priest would, or the Levite. I wonder if the traveler might stop to help. I wonder if the Samaritan, the stranger, would help. I wonder if we have the priest who is lying by the side of the road hurt, if any of these people would be a neighbor to him. Would the Levite? Would the Samaritan? I wonder if it was a child who came down this road and found the traveler lying by the side of the road, half dead. I wonder what the child could do. Sometimes we need to go and speak with someone we trust, a grown-up, and ask them to help. That's one way of helping too. So it's time for you to decide on what your work will be after you've heard this story. And I've been thinking about some of the ways that we might be a neighbor to others, our family, our friends, maybe even people that we don't know. And it could be that this story has made you think of someone that you want to make a card for, or write a letter, or maybe speak to on the phone. There are so many different ways we can care for other people during this difficult time when we're sheltering at home. But only you know what it is that you would like to do. And as you go to choose your work today, I would like to close with a blessing song. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the love of God surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Go in peace.